Hey Hawks, Coach Bishop here again. This is the third video that I'm sending you guys. It's the last one. It's on our defensive sets. So I've sent you our offensive plays, our base offense, and then in video 1 and video 2 we did the specialty offensive plays, how to break the press and how to inbound the ball, and a few other specialty plays that we're going to use. And this video is going to talk about defense. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do with defense. A lot of what we do on defense is just simply effort. I mean, we got to work hard, we got to move our feet, and try to go after the ball, be aggressive, go after rebounds, anticipate where they're going to throw the ball, where they're going to try to pass it, and try to steal the passes. But this is going to give you an idea of kind of where we want you to be position-wise on the court in some of our defensive sets. So let's talk first here about how we transition from offense to defense. So this is an example. We're the team in blue playing against a team in red. In this example, we have the ball and we're shooting on this goal. This is kind of like what would happen in the pop play. So 2 has popped up here. 1's passing the ball. He's going to shoot it and make it. And so now it's the other team's ball. And this is what happens anytime, whenever the other team steals the ball from us, whenever we shoot and make it so that the other team's getting the ball, or if the ball goes out of bounds off of us and it's going to be the other team's ball as a turnover in that way. In any event, as soon as the ball's turned over to the other team, we want to rush back. All 5 players. So keep in mind, when this shot first went up, let's show this again. When the shot first goes up, everyone's going to be cutting to the goal to try to rebound. But as soon as it goes in, we then immediately have to rush back. We want to get past midcourt, back here, and if we're playing man-to-man, you're going to get back, turn, and pick up your man as he comes past half court to guard him. Or if we're playing a zone, you're going to fall back to your zone position. But we want to sprint back. We want to rush back fast. There's going to be a lot of running, but we want to get back fast. And once you get back here, then you can take a breather. You can until your man gets here again. But if they're going fast and they're putting the pressure on us, then you got to keep working. What we don't want to do is be caught standing here and them have a man that breaks away out here and gets a free, easy shot or a layup because we're not hustling back. So we want to get back quick. Now let's talk about our half-court man-to-man. So this is after you've rushed back. If we're playing a man-to-man, as your man comes across half-court, you're going to pick him up. And in this instance, notice each one of the blue dots is guarding a corresponding red dot. So every man has a man, and wherever your offensive player goes, you're going to follow him. Now what this is illustrating too is that where we want to be on defense is between your man and the goal. So notice each one of these guys is between the guy that they're guarding and the goal that they're trying to shoot on. So for instance, if 2 is back here, he's out of position because this 2 player has a free path to the goal. We want to stay between that player and the goal, wherever he goes. Now let's show what happens in this example. If 1 has the ball for the other team, our 1 player that's guarding him is going to stay between him and the goal. And it's all about moving your feet. We don't want to use our hands to try to grab this player. That causes fouls. We don't want to swat at the ball. If the ball's right in front of you and you can swat it away or steal it, great. But we don't want to be reaching in for the ball. You want to move your feet. It's all about working hard and hustling on defense. So as this guy moves, you're going to have to move quick and respond to wherever he goes to stay between him and the goal. Now the players that are guarding guys that don't have the ball, they may cheat off a little bit. So in this example, 2 can slide over this way a little, and 3 can slide over this way a little bit to anticipate these passing zones right here. It's more than likely 1's going to be looking to either pass the ball this direction to 2 or this direction to 3, and so we can anticipate that. And our players can slide over a little bit and be ready to look for those passes and try to steal them. Now, you have to watch the ball and watch your man. Watch the ball, watch your man. So you're going to keep track of both of them. You're looking here and you're looking here. You're being very alert on defense. You're having to watch your man and watch where the ball is. You don't want to get caught just watching your man and not paying attention to the ball, because this guy might dribble right over here and you could help out with trapping him. Or the ball may get loose and come right here by you, in which case you want to be ready to steal it. So you don't want to get caught just watching your man. You also don't want to get caught just watching the ball and forget and lose track of where your man is. So on defense, you have to be alert and pay attention to both where the ball is and where your man is. Now in this example, if 2 breaks away down here, our defender has to realize that and follow him. Same thing if 3 breaks away here, our defender has to recognize that and go with him to stay with him. Now we're also going to talk about a concept called help defense. With help defense, let's suppose that this 3 guy breaks and our defender is caught just watching the ball and loses track of his defender. They pass the ball down here to him. Well, if we weren't playing help defense, 5 and 2 and 4 here could just say, well, we're responsible for these defenders. This guy is 3's problem, and so you're going to just let him get an open shot and you're going to keep guarding your guy. We're not going to do that. With help defense, we want you to help your teammate out, help your partners. So if you recognize, if 4 or 5 or 2 recognizes that 3 needs help, that his guy has gotten open and is coming in for a shot, we want 4 to react and come pick this guy up, or 5 to react and come stop the ball and not let him just get an easy shot. So that's man-to-man defense. Let's talk about half-court zone. We're going to play a 2-1-2. It's 2 up top, 1 in the middle, 2 down low. Sometimes this is called a 2-3, depending on where 5 actually is here. But we're going to refer to this zone as Wichita. With this zone, you're not guarding, each player's not guarding another player. You're instead guarding an area of the court or a zone. So 1 is responsible primarily for this area, this zone. 2 has this zone. 3 has this zone. 4 has this zone. And 5 has the middle here. As you see, the zones overlap. So if somebody were in this area, if the ball comes in here, 3 and 5 both are on this man, on the ball right here. If the ball comes into this area, it overlaps with 4 and 5. So we're responsible for our individual zones here, and I'm going to show you how we move around responsive to where the ball goes. So first, if the ball's being brought up court, there's imaginary offensive players here. I'm just going to show the ball. But if the ball's coming up court here, some players dribbling it up court, 1 and 2 first have responsibility that they have to stop the ball. We don't want the ball just to be dribbled right in to this free throw line area here. We want to stop the ball up top, out above the 3-point line here. So you stop the ball, and then if the ball is passed or dribbled over this direction, 1 goes with it. 1 has responsibility over here. If the ball's passed over here, 1 has to sprint from over here to guard the ball. 5 just goes around the lane, around the edge of the lane, between the ball, wherever it is, and the goal. So 5's job's real easy. He just follows the ball. You're always, no matter where the ball is, you're between the ball and the goal, just going around the lane. You can see 5 kind of slid in here a little bit, more into the middle of the lane. That's because if the ball's on this side of the court, it's very difficult to make a pass all the way back over here. And if they do that, 4 has time to react and get back over into his zone. So he can slide over to this edge of his zone when the ball is over here. When the ball comes down to this corner, here's how everyone reacts. 5 again slides right on down, being between the ball and the goal. 4 can stay here in the middle of the lane because, again, it's very hard for them to pass the ball all the way over to the other side. And if they do, it's a very long pass, so 4 has time to react and get over there. 1 can stay up here and then wait and anticipate for a pass to come back up top. And 2 is guarding this area, dropping down to this part of his zone, down around the free throw line. So this is the position we want to be in with the ball in the corner. Now what we can do is we can call a trap. If we're doing a zone trap, that means anytime the ball goes in the corner, down here or over here, 1 or 2 over on this side are going to follow the ball down and trap. So we're going to double team this guy. Remember I told you in the very first video, this is a dangerous place to have the ball. If it comes down in this corner, this guy can't really go this direction because he goes out of bounds. He doesn't have much room to work this direction because of the out of bounds. So if we double team the ball down here, it causes this guy to have a lot of pressure, and he has to react and figure out what to do. Now in this instance, 2 can slide out this direction a little bit, anticipating that more than likely what this guy's going to do is look to kick the ball back out here, pass it back up. This guy can be ready to intercept that pass. We've still got 5 and 4 helping down here in the middle in case he passes it to somebody down here, or in case he shoots it, we've got people ready to rebound. Now let's assume the ball is passed back up here and 2's not able to intercept it. This is how our zone shifts. 1 is it's in one zone. Over here, he's guarding the ball. He has to rush back up here, pick up the ball handler, guard the ball. 5, of course, rotates on around the lane, staying between the ball and the goal. 2 can shift back up to the middle area of his end zone, anticipating a pass this direction. 4 still has the middle of the court, and 3 can drop back closer to the zone, to the lane here. Now let's see what happens on the other side of the court. What if they kick it all the way over to the other side over here? Well, now this is in 2's zone, so 2 has to rush over, pick up the ball, defend whoever has the ball. 5, of course, runs across and slides and stays between the ball and the goal. 1 is now in this area. He slid over, is in the middle area up here, anticipating the ball coming back this direction. And 3, just like 4 did when the ball was over here, can slide into the middle of the lane. Because, again, if it's very hard if they pass the ball all the way over here, he has time to react and get back. So he can cheat and come over to the middle of the lane toward this area of his zone. If the ball goes down in this area, that's 4's responsibility. He's going to pop out and pick up the ball. 5's going to slide down and be between the ball and the goal. 3 still has the middle. 1 is here at the free throw line area, and 2 is right here anticipating a pass back up top. Now, of course, just like we trapped on this side, if we were trapping, 2 would come down and double team this ball, this player with 4, and 1 would slide over to this area anticipating a pass back out to try to steal it. So that's our zone, and that's how we move around the zone and guard our areas. Now that's our 2 half-court defenses. So that's man-to-man half-court and zone half-court. Wichita, we call it. Now let's talk about full-court defense. So in this instance, the ball is down here. They're trying to get it all the way down the court to this goal. And this is one that we call man-to-man with safety, or what we call safety press. Now, Of course, we can just play full court man-to-man, in which case every player just picks up a man. But with the safety press, what we do is we play man-to-man. 1, 2, 3, and 5 are each going to pick up a man. We're going to leave whoever's taking the ball out unguarded. And 4 is going to fall back to midcourt and act like a safety in football. He's going to guard against long passes and really just make sure that nobody cuts back here and gets an easy bucket, while 1, 2, 3, and 5 really guard the players that are running around on the court to put pressure on them and try to steal the passes and steal the ball. So let's show what happens here. So an example, if 4 from the other team is taking the ball out, they may be aligned here, where each of 1, 2, 3, and 5 are going to pick up a man. So 1 grabs this guy, 3 is going to defend this guy, 2 is going to defend this guy. Now, hopefully 5 recognizes that his man has gone long down the court here. If he doesn't pick him up in time, it's 4's responsibility to pick him up and guard him until 5 can come and pick him up, because we don't want this long pass to come over and get an easy layup down here. So 4 guards against anyone coming long. Hopefully 5 recognizes that and he comes down with his man. But if a ball is if they try to throw it long down here to 5, 5 can try to steal it. Of course, 4 can come across and hopefully try to steal it as well. If 4's not able to steal it and this pass gets through, he sees that he's not going to be able to intercept the pass, then he's going to fall back and help 5 prevent against an easy layup. Everyone else is just guarding their man, and eventually 4 is going to pick up the man that took out the ball, the 4 player from the other team, and guard him if we're doing man-to-man on this end of the court. So that's our safety press. Now let's talk about what we call zone press. Now remember, with a zone, you've got an area to cover. So with this, we're going to put 5 all the way down here. He's got this whole area down here for the zone that he's got to worry about. Nobody's going to come along and get an easy layup. 4 has got the middle area, so he's going to guard against any long passes to mid-court, and he may help trap people here, double team them whenever the ball comes into this area. 3 is going to guard the ball. 1 and 2 are going to stack up here, and 1's going to pick up anyone that goes to the strong side, which is the side of the goal that the ball is being taken out on. And 2 is going to pick up any defender or any offensive player from the other team that goes to the weak side of the court, the opposite side of the goal from where the ball is being taken out. So let's show some players here and show an example. So in this case, they've sent 3 all the way down here, so 5's going to guard against them throwing the ball all the way down here and 3 getting an easy layup. 4 is going to watch for them to make a long pass to 5. 1's going to guard against anyone that breaks to this side of the court, and 2 is going to watch for anyone that breaks to this side of the court. So 1 cuts out here, and 2 cuts over here. 1's going to pick up this guy, and 2 is going to pick up that guy. Okay, and they're just going to guard them wherever they go and make it hard for them to inbounds the ball. Again, if he tries to pass it long, 4 is going to be watching for that and hopefully be able to get to it and intercept it. If he says that he can't intercept it and it gets 2-5 in this example, then he's got to recognize that and come back and be ready to be between that offensive player and the goal to defend him down the court so that he doesn't just catch it and go in for a 2-on-1 play against our 5 player. So let's assume that doesn't happen, that they don't throw it long to 5, and say, what if they pass it in instead to 1 here? First off, 1's job is to get in front of that guy, cut him off, be between him and the goal, stop him from advancing the ball up the court. You want to cut him off, make him stop. Then 3 is going to come back and double team the ball. So we're putting pressure on the ball here. We want to make him pick the ball up and have to pass it. As soon as he passes it, hopefully 2 is guarding this guy and ready to intercept it. If they pass it back to 4, then 3 is going to go back and guard 4. 1 stays with 1 and 2 stays with 2. And we just put pressure on the ball, try to steal it, anticipate passes, run on down the court. Now this is a final press play, full court press, and this is one where we're going to call aggressive zone. So this is still a zone. It's much like the other zone. 1 is still going to guard this side of the court, 2 is still going to guard this side of the court. 4 is still getting in the middle here to protect against anyone going long. But instead of having 5 deep back here, we're going to pull him up close. He's going to come up near the 3-point line on the same side, even with the ball here, wherever it's being taken out. And let's show how this works. So first of all, 4's responsibility in this case is to make sure nobody gets behind him. So as soon as he realizes 3 is going long, he has to drop back to make sure nobody gets behind wherever he is back here. 5 is going to be here and will guard against a long pass to this guy. In this example, if 1 breaks out here and they pass the ball here, 1's guarding him because he's on the strong side. 1's picking him up. 5's going to come over here and double team. 2's going to drop back to this area. And 3 is going to drop back even with the ball height here. So 2 is ahead of wherever the ball is. He wants to run back and get ahead of the ball in the middle of the court and looking to anticipate passes. If he were to pass the ball up to 5, 2 wants to anticipate that, so he'll probably actually cheat over this away a little bit once he realizes there's a player here to anticipate this pass. 3 gets back ball height and will be protected against cross-court passes like over here to 2. 1 and 5. 5 is making sure this guy doesn't just dribble the ball up the baseline. 3 again is looking for interceptions here, passing lanes there, and 2 is guarding against passing lanes this direction. And of course 4 is our safety back here, making sure that no one's going long. Now, if we make this guy stop, pick up the ball, that's the first job that we want to do, and then he has nowhere to go with it. 4 is left unguarded, so he may come in and he may realize he can pass it back to 4. If he does that, that's a good thing actually, because time's clicking away. They only have 10 seconds to get the ball across court, and we've made them pass the ball back to here. What we want to do in this instance is 3 is going to pick up 4, just like he had him in the beginning. And 5 is going to drop back to the middle again over here. And we're set, ready to go again. If the ball comes back to this direction, 5 is going to help out again, trap over here. If it comes over here, 2 is going to pick it up. And that's how we'll keep running the aggressive zone until they get the ball across half court, in which case then we'll either go to a man-to-man or a zone defense, whatever we're playing. So that's the end of our defensive plays, and that's the end of the 3 videos that I'm going to send you guys. Again, I'm really looking forward to the season getting started. We're going to have a lot of fun. I hope you guys can watch these videos and refer to them through the season so that you can get a visual of where you go on the court for our offensive plays and our defensive sets. And I'll see you guys soon. Talk to you later. Bye.